So, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hardly welcome back. So, this is the first session, so called our dataset session. As we have discussed in my previous videos, that from today onwards, we will be starting a live project where we guys will be working all together in this project. Mm, the goal of this is like how can someone work on a real data set, apply the logics, apply the learnings, XYZ, everything. So we will be applying everything from scratch to quality and insightful data we will be creating today. Not today, from today onwards. So today is 4th. I have targeted that probably by 11th, like the next 7 days, we will be finishing with our data set. So this will be a straight 7 days uh, data set program. After that, let's see if we can create more videos on such session or not. But let's target for next 7 days. Done. Uh, so what will you do today? Like what we will be doing today is I have done something which I will be explaining. Just ignore this part, the something that is up visible on your screen right now. Uh, Firstly, what I have done, okay, how I have taken this data set, with what is the source of my data set. Some people who are new to this video, I suggest them they please watch my previous videos. Specifically, I have quoted those videos as basic to advanced Python journey, so you can be the part of that as well. Through that, you will be understanding like what type of problems or discussions I had in my videos and what I am specifically focusing on. Okay, so we all know that pandas is something or Python is something that is highly useful tool for data analysis. So till today we were solving the given questions based on the given problem or given data. The case was also very simple, like we have a problem statement and we were solving accordingly. But now what will happen when you solve a real world data set? Okay, so firstly I have taken this data set from Kaggle. Okay, so Kaggle is, I will say Kaggle is a hub where you can write the code. This is Kaggle where you can write the code. You can download n number of data set. So you can just write some codes here, like you can create your own notebook. In the dataset option, you can have the dataset. So I have taken the, yeah, here competitions are always on. These competitions are highly beneficial. If you can be a part of any competition, it is well and good. You can also put on this up the paid competition. You see, this is ongoing. Knowledge are all ongoing. These are 10 days ago. This competition was 9 days ago. So different types of competitions are also running simultaneously. You can be a part of any competition as well. You see here how many teams were there? 851 teams, 708 teams, 626 teams, 283 teams. So with teams also they come to the competition. $50,000. So it's a huge amount, right? Now how I have downloaded this data set. I have went for this data set option over here, left side. Uh, Today morning, actually, it was different. There was one more thing over here. I don't know. I think, yeah, this part of the data. This was updated 2 days ago. Okay, I have taken and I have downloaded this data set. While I have downloaded, it was in a zip format, and I have unzipped and I have taken this. Why I am talking about zip thing is because I will let you know now. So this is what I got as my data set. Okay, this is what I got as my data set. So let's see how many rows are there. 657 rows are there. Okay, and how many columns are there? 23 columns are there. Different things. Now, according to this data set, let's click here. So it's saying that data was collected from India, China, and Canada in 2021 and 2022 by distributing online survey to online shoppers with exposure to AI tools. Dataset aims to analyze satisfied online shoppers on their usage experience with AI tools. So this is my case statement. I can rebuild this as my case statement also, right? Let's say what is my case statement first? Why I am going to work on this data set? I need a reason for that, right? So that reason is known as the case, and that statement is known as the case statement. So what I'm saying is, according to this data set, when they have identified, they have given us a data set where which tells us about a satisfied online shoppers based on the AI experience, AI tools experience, right? So how this data set looks like. So here they have explained each columns. What is annual salary, the consumer's income level, low, medium, high. Low, medium, high is one thing, high is another thing. Online consumer indicate whether the consumer shops online, yes or no. So n number of parts are there, right? AI endorsement indicates trusted AI technology, yes or no. Privacy, no trust, indicates concern about the AI and privacy, yes and no. AI enhance experience, whether AI enhances the shopping experience, yes or no. Satisfaction level with AI, yes or no. So this is what we are targeting according to our problem statement, isn't it? See, analyze satisfied online shoppers based on the user experience with AI tools. So one of the important column for today's discussion will be this part, experience part, and the satisfaction part. Now, what other things are there? Payment methods, COD, cash on delivery, payment, yes and no, e-wallet, digital payment, use of digital payment, yes and no. So based on different parameters, different stuff they have given, yes and no. Okay. So this is like overall understanding of our data set. So we have here also they have written we have 656 rows and 23 columns. Great. Now, I will also like to add one more thing. This is one of the very, I will say, when someone enters as a data analyst in some of the company, any of the company, then probably they won't be working on such a small data. Generally, the data set is actually huge. I will say around 1 lakh rows, 10,000 rows, like that it will be. So 656 is actually very minimum number. So why I have taken this data set is because this is for the first time many of us will be working. So to have a good discussion, I have taken a small data set. Great. Now, how I have taken this data set. So here you can see the download option. When I go for the download option, I find this, right? So when I just already I have run the code here and I have deleted that because no, it was not of my use. Then I got the link, and this is the function I use. Okay, exclamatory vget is the function of pandas. Exclamatory g down is another function of pandas which we often use to get this part. Okay, now when I got this part, this is the thing which I actually needed. but this thing was in the zip format, and now here enters the that zip thing which I was talking about. Generally what happens is whenever we get a link and just run that, we get a CSV file which is this kind of thing, but here it was zipped, so I got this kind of thing. Now this is the function mv, and dot zip is another function which we have to use, right? Now after using this, these are some another function for unzipping. Dot extracted files, exclamatory unzip, and then the our dataset name dot zip means this part, and this extracted files. So what will happen is this is the output which I get. Now after this, ls is another code, and then just the I will write the extracted file. So this is my extracted file. So directly we will jump here, and encoding of this thing I have written because it was not working. So till here, I will say till here, it is known as ETL process. I have extracted the data from this thing. I have transformed to this part like zip to unzip, and I have loaded here. And finally, I can visualize my data here. I can see my data here. So, like generally in real world, like this type of codes are there, like this MV, unzip, then exclamatory gate, exclamatory g down. So this kind of function are something that will be always available on the Google, okay? And these are fixed function, I will say. Each time we have to work, each time we have to go for the same functions, same methods, same everything will be same. Just we need to change this part because each data will have different name, right? Sometimes it will be COVID, sometimes it will be this, that. So XYZ and number of names are there. So you consider that way. Great. Now I will connect with the server first. Till here, I did in the morning itself so that we can directly jump on the analysis part of the dataset. Like how do we start generally? So first step of analyzing the dataset is understanding the dataset. Hmm? Understanding which are my columns, understanding what my columns is saying, right? So how we start? We start with this is known as exploration, okay? This is known as exploration. So we will be first exploring our data set. So what is the first step for exploring? As you know, I have given BF as my data set, means this whole data set name as BF. So I will import pandas as PD. Great. Then also I will import numpy as NP. So these two are general libraries that we often use, right? Keep this in the mind that this thing is there, no? So we will be adding on certain libraries as we are moving ahead with our analysis in upcoming days. Now, let's do this way. df.shape. So what? How does this shape thing came? df is not defined there. Okay, okay, okay. This is not run. No? 1 second. I'm just running everything again. There is no such file now. It is unable to extract. No such file. Are why? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Okay. Uh, As I have already downloaded this dataset, it's in my this folder, download folder. Okay, what I will do is I will use another function uh, of our Google. So I will be using uploading function. Okay, uploading function. So how the uploading function tells me that import files. Yeah, this part. Okay. Simply I will write from google.collab. Now I got this option. I go to choose file. I go to download, archived. Okay. Now I go to this part. No dictionary. Okay. So what I can do is I will just copy this and I will just paste here. Is it pasted? Yeah, it is pasted. Okay. Now I will go back to my collab. I run this code again. I choose the file. I go to desktop and A, right? A, great. See, now it is coming. Okay. So df equals to pd dot read csv is the code, and then my file name is ai in retail dot csv, the whole thing, and I just run this. What happened? There is some coding thing here. 1 second. So making it run also requires some of the basic codes of Python, and these are very general thing, so it is not of any issue. Main thing is like, okay, this part, right? Encoding. I told no, like it is not working, but generally this doesn't happen. Till now, I have worked on many data set, so it, some coding issue is there here, not an issue. So I just run the df. Great. Now I have my data frame, right? So you can see that. Let me just delete all of this. Let me just delete all of this. Okay. Finally, finally we have our clean data set here. But see, the issue over here is whenever I share this link, okay, whenever I share this link with anyone, it's getting loading. But anyways, whenever I go for the shared link and I just make it a public thing and I just give it to any one of us. So what will happen is you will not be having this file in your computer, right? So what will you upload? So there the issue comes in actually. So that is why we generally go with this type of step where we use the link and then we try to identify the solution. Means we just try to load the solution over here. I mean, their data set over here. So this is how we generally do, to be honest. Now I have my data frame here. Okay. So I have used a function or library called NumPy. So NumPy, why I have used, because I need this function dot shape. What will it will do is it will give me my data frame, the total number of rows and columns present in this. Now my second step what we generally do is I will see for any null value is present or not. So is null is the function I use, and I will go for the sum. So this will give me all the 23 rows columns if there is any null value present or not. Another function for null is df dot is na. This should come as a true and false kind of thing. This way. If I just do it with sum, see what will happen. The same thing, right? So, and if I don't do the sum, then I will get the whole data set where it will be false everywhere because we were not having any null values present in our data set, right? No, so I just delete this because already we know that we don't have any null values, so I just delete this. Nice. So one thing is we have identified our shape, we have identified this part. Okay, now what we will do is we will see which are my columns. So df dot columns is the function. So this all are my columns. See, country, online, consumer, sorry, yeah, consumer, age, annual salary, gender, everything. Everything is in a detailed manner here. These are my columns. Great. Now let's do our first analysis. So what can I do as my first analysis? Let's say I want to identify how many countries are there. See, you can see, right? There are 655 rows, means 656 rows, I will say. Uh, yeah, if you are following my video since today morning also, I was talking about indexing, right? Indexing. Every day I was saying like from today morning. So this is the index 0, 1, 2, 3. So my row number 1 starts from the value 0. That is why my row number nth row number is finishing at 655. But actually the row present is 656. So this is inbuilt thing in pandas or any Python. I will say in Python. Index always play a crucial role. Index give the rows its rank, and its rank starts from 0. Simple. Now let's say I need to identify hmm, uh, how many countries are there. So let's take the first question. Identify how many countries are there. How you will do? Df of country dot n unique is the function. Simple. Okay, this country. C was capital. There are three countries. Okay, there are three countries present. Now if I do this way, you will get the first column, right? You will get the first column. If I want two more columns, so what will I do? I will be doing this thing, df of double square bracket country, maybe age, then you see what will come, like this it will come, right? So now I want the countries, right? So n unique is giving me the numeric value, so I use unique function uni. So this three are my countries present in our data set. Great. Now which other group I have? I will just hide this output. I will just hide this output also, so that we can easily see our data set, right? Now what other factors I have? I have the gender with male and female. I have the annual salary. Okay, let's see for the age, annual salary, gender. education, uh, this is what, living region, right? And what else? Everything else is, I think so, in yes and no. Let's see about this data set. Satisfy, unsatisfied. Yeah, probably everything is in our that kind of stuff, but living region is having, I think, let's put a filter here and then see. See, here there are three groups, subgroups, I will say. Here there are four subgroups. Male, female will be definitely two. And prefer not to say, another subgroup is there. Prefer not to say. Income mein there are four. And age mein there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how you are analyzing in Excel. The same way you can analyze in our collab also. So I need a multiple columns. So country, comma, age, comma, what else? Our annual salary, and next I want my education, and next I want my living region, right? What's the function? Dot unique. So what will happen is, when you use unique on multiple columns, see what is happening. Data frame has no attribute called unique. But why unique has worked here? Because applying unique method to directly the data frame to a pandas data frame or a subset in case of this. So the unique is designed to work on a series. Getting? So when I do this part, right? When I put the double square bracket, this actually becomes a data frame. It is a shortcut of making any series, converting a series to a data frame. What is a series? A column, a general column. So without doing this, what I can do is I can use this type of code. And if I run this, so this kind of stuff will come. Huh? But I don't want all of this. So what will I do? I will write here n unique. Now you see what will happen. You see, I came to know that I have three countries, four type of ages, salary, education, and our this region, right? So this is one type of exploration, I will say, we are doing now. Hmm? Now let's say, let's build a question now, a good question. Let's build. So let's see our columns. Okay, online consumer country. Hmm? Uh, let's say, let's take the first column first, online consumer and country. Okay, now I want to identify the country with highest number of online consumer. Huh? How will I do? I just copy those two, and let's say I need to identify the country with highest volume of online consumer. How will I do? So I say highest volume is my new data frame name, where df dot group by country online consumer. See, this is one type of method. which we have discussed, like you can use aggregation and you can just say, huh? And then you can just put reset index name equals to a, right? And just run this. So it's not got an unexpected. Okay, just run this. Hmm? So what will happen? What are you getting? You're getting this Canada, then China, then our India. Okay, so this is not a good format, I will say, isn't it? Is it looking good? No, right? So what can I do? I can simply take this away. Okay, I will say on line. What is my column name? See, online consumer. Then I will say size, and I will say dot reset index name equals to k. See here how beautiful you have done now. Just playing with the function it is all about, because I know this is why I have used the sort values here. If I take the sort value, what will happen? You see, it comes in this manner. But if I put the sort value function, so I will get everything in a sorting value. Like let's keep ascending equals to true. Give me in ascending order. It will give me an ascending order. First is India, second is Canada, third is China. Three things. Isn't this beautiful? Huh? Now I will play with the same thing. What will I do is I will just slightly modify this question. Simply I will just modify this question and I will say I need to identify the country with the highest volume of online consumer with respect to the ages. So we know we have four different type of age. Huh? So let's do that with respect to ages. Great. So this is the code which I can write. What I did group by with our country and our age. I have taken two columns at a time. So I am using a square thing, square bracket, which is nothing but a list. Now if I run this, you see this, what we are getting. In India, Zenex is 9. In India, Gen Z is 74. In India, millennials is 90. So this is one more version of the same, isn't it? This table is one more version of this short table. If you just add 9 plus 74, which will be approximately 83, plus 90 means 173. So you will be getting 173. It is just one more version of this. Now let's move back to our this columns and just see. We have something called annual salary, right? We have something called annual salary. So what we can do with the annual salary? If I say, okay, let's play with the demographics first, because now we are strictly playing with the demographics. So let's play with the demographics. What's there in my education? I just go back to my Excel to just see what is there in my education. Doctorate, a master's, university, high school. So these are different type of education. Huh? Another column, I will just say this is the column. I will say this is the column. Okay, uh, which is our targeted column. Why I am saying this is my targeted column? Because is the column, okay, this is the column which we need with respect to everything else. This all are extra columns, I will say, but this is my targeted column because it is about all about the AI satisfaction. So let's identify one more thing, that we have done something based on this three part now. Age we have used country, we have used the online consumer, and we have saw how many consumer are there from how many country, right? Based on the age and country. Now, let's do one more thing. What we can do is, this is annual salary. So let's keep the annual salary for the payment, and that we will do in a couple of while, right? So now let's get back to this part, the gender part. Let's also identify if, sorry, if we have 173 consumers from India, out of which Gen X are 9, Gen Z are 74, and millennials are 90. Then why don't we also segregate one more column? We add one more column to identify how many male and female are there, isn't it? So that will give me more diverse version of this factor. So I will again just replace this question, and I will say that with ages and gender. So now I need to identify the country with highest volume of online consumers with respect to ages and gender. So now I will just run this. You see, you are getting such a beautiful and diverse version of your code, of your data set. It is such a diverse version, right? It is saying you each and everything. This is the summation. After you add everything per country, you get this part. This is the final part, right? What I have done here extra? Nothing. I just have taken the gender in my group by, I have just grouped it out. The same which we will prefer in SQL also, based on my online consumer. And I have used the size function because I know there is no null values here. If also there would be a null value, still it won't be an issue because size will always add the null value also. And then I have done the sorted values and a reset function. And my column name is K. What is K? I will just replace this K with count of consumers. See, so what you can see now in India, for Gen Z, the gender of the people are who are saying they don't want to say is only one. While for Gen X, four males are there. For Gen X, five females are there. If you add them, you get nine. So this is the part you are getting, right? Gen X में there are nine. For Gen X there are nine. For Gen Z it is 74. Huh? So you come down, see here. For Gen Z male are 36. For Gen Z female are 37. So this is the order which I wanted to show you. Isn't it such a beautiful and diverse version of showing something uniquely? And if I just do, if I add one more column, leave it. This is quite good enough for anyone to understand. Now, just think with your understanding. Okay, you saw India is here, Gen Z part is here, and then you are seeing India is somewhere at the bottom, where another Gen Z you are having. Hmm? So now what is happening is this is not in a good order, right? So if you just take the sorting part away, then what happened? Now everything is in a range. See, first is Canada, by country it is there, second is China, and last mate is India. Everything has come to an order now. Great. So in India, you can anyone, any non-technical person, if they see this table, they can easily identify this, isn't it? But what happens is, whenever we, as an analyst, we come to the field to work, we generally say that if the table size is more, means let's say if the table size is beyond 5 or 7 or 10, okay, 10 is actually also ठीक है, but if it is more than 5, I will say, huh, then the client won't be interested in going and reading further deeper. Generally this happens for you also. If I say, if I give this to you as as a PDF, or if I just print this and I give it to you, generally we will also know not go that deep, right? Because it is a big table, black and white thing is there, so we don't like to read this kind of stuff. So here comes the part of visualization. So let's visualize this table itself. So for visualization, what we use is import, not import actually, uh, yeah, import only. So import matplot and seaborn as SNS, and I just run this. So matplotlib.pyplot and seaborn are my two another libraries which are used for visualization. They are also used for the dashboard creation in pandas. I will say in Python. Now I know this part. So let's visualize this. So plt dot fig size. What is fig size? It is nothing, but it will give me the size of my code. Huh? Now this. Now I will write SNS because I have given the short form as SNS dot. Uh, okay, let's see. Fig size is not there. Okay, fig size it's showing that's not there, but it should be there. I think so. Figure. It is. I think so. It is figure. I don't remember properly. Probably it should be figure or fig size. Yeah, it's figure, right? It's figure. Great. Figure. And fig size is something which is inside. Fig size equals to 10 by 10. Now let's see. So I have created a bar plot of this type, okay, where I see online consumers are more in India than in China, then first in India, then in Canada, then in China. But isn't this the vice versa case? This case is wrong, right? But if you see this, our graph is how the bar graph should be. It should be generally from down to up, but it is coming from up to down. So you can just say that this is in a negative format, right? Now let's say we will be creating a bar for this. So why don't I write here SNS dot I will say country, uh, among which what all can be used to create a graph. With country, it is fine. Let's say with age we are doing. Why not here? So I'll take this part away and I put it here so that it will be good for you to see also and for me also. Right? So this is how it is showing. Hmm. Great. Now let's say I want for the gender as well. GNDER. Now what will happen? You see this, because this is very minimum, it's not showing. As simple as that. Now I will say, because it is difficult for someone to see, like here one thing, here one thing, here another thing. I will say I want to create a combined graph for this part. So how will you do? You will do this way. As the everything I am just writing in a query, in a single query, and then I am just loading this. So this is becoming such a clumsy part, right? So here comes the part where you have to understand the visualization methods. Because see, is my country Gen Z, Gen X under my country? No, right? So why they are showing here? It should be wrong. It is wrong actually. So let's first delete this part. Okay. Now, what can I do to take the errors out? Also, let's delete this part and let's minimize this. Okay. And let's just keep this visualization part for tomorrow, huh? So that what will happen is we will be today, because it will be becoming a bit headache for you, because I wanted to show that how generally we work on a data set. Okay. But surely tomorrow I will show you the visualizations also, how to work on the visualization. Let's go a bit deeper into that, because the exploration part is not yet finished, so why to rush? 7 days ka task hai na, so we will finish it easily, nicely. So till now we have done till our gender part. Great. We have covered the age. Let me just bold this. We have covered the age, country. We have covered our this and this. Hmm. Education I have not covered, so I will not make it bold. Great. So this is what it is known as exploring a data set, a part of exploring a data set. This was all about the demographics. Why demographics? Because you have just taken a demographics, like you have taken the country, you have taken the consumer, age, gender you have taken, education also you can take. Okay. Now, probably I think you and me are a bit more knowledgeable about what our data set is all about. So let's think today what type of analysis we can draw tomorrow. Hmm? See, see, tomorrow we will be doing starting with feature engineering first. Okay, what is feature engineering? Outlier detection. Anyways, in this dataset there will be no outlier. Okay, why no outlier? Because there is no numerical value in my dataset this time, so no outlier, correct? But I will show you how generally we identify the outliers. We also see, okay, one important point I want to say. In exploration, there is another thing. This is this part, dot info. What does this give me? That we are lucky that our dataset doesn't have any date column. But if it would be a date column, right? So probably 99.99% chances are there that the object, the D type, the data frame type, the data type would be in the format of an object. So in those cases, we have to actually convert our object to a datetime function. So that pd dot datetime function will come here. But anyways, this is not there in this case. So this is also one of the important function that we do in exploration time. Okay. So let's stop today in this, because if I say more, it will be a bit more. So tomorrow we will be doing about outlier detection plus visualization plus we will be diving a bit deeper. Okay, a bit deeper means we will be exploring some other columns, and slowly we will be going towards our AI satisfaction column. How each factor, each column is related to this and others are not. So this is how we can develop our data set. So that's all for today. Great, good night. I will be uploading this video now. Hopefully you will enjoy this, and let's meet tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.